What's up, YouTube? I'm back again, as you can tell. Um, I just wanted to touch on some things. Nah, but yeah, like when it comes to these out of body experiences and whatnot, astral travel, whatever you deem or whatever you want to call it. And the reason I say that is because we all got different perspectives on what might be what. You know what I'm saying? Now, I don't really get caught up in the titles of what it is, like astral travel or out of body experiences and all that stuff, because I've experienced so much that when I first began having out of bodies and stuff, the information I was coming across was talking about astral travel, and they was basically using astral travel and out of bodies in the same sense. So the way I looked at it was like they the same thing. But when I hear other people talk about the differences of astral travel, now I'm not telling you that I'm 100% uh, in agreement or disagreement. Like, because some say that when you you astral travel, that you're just a consciousness and you're not a body. But I've been just that consciousness floating around. But if I wanted to, I could manifest a body. So it's like, I'm not sure about that terminology because I can, no matter where I'm at, I could either go into a state where I'm the person that's watching or I'm the person that's experiencing, if that makes sense. Like, or I could not have a body or I could have a body. So even within what I would call the spirit world, and the reason I call it the spirit world is because I was told that's what it was. And in the experience that I had with that, they told me how I got to that realm was through the fourth eye, which I was confused because I was like, I've heard of the third eye. And I was telling this to them. I was like, I heard of the third eye, but I ain't never heard of the fourth eye. And they was like, that's how you got here. It's through the fourth eye. That's how you get to the spirit world and this and that. And I'm like, okay. And this was a long time ago. And when I tried to look it up, I was finding no information on the fourth eye, hence where I got the name fourth eye from. That's why I was calling myself the fourth eye. That's why I call myself that. But yeah, so I tried to look up stuff about the fourth eye back when it said that, and I couldn't find nothing. But now you can find information on the fourth eye, which basically is considered like the crown chakra. You know, you got the third eye, but it's like the crown chakra will be considered the fourth eye. But it's like still within that realm like of the third eye too, because third eye and the crown chakra, they kind of simultaneous. Like, I don't want to get into that. But yeah, that's what they said. That's how you got here. It's through the fourth eye, and I was confused as hell. Then I was trying to find videos about people talking about the fourth eye, and nobody was talking about nothing. But that's why I call it the spirit realm, because it's very different. It's very different. And these other realms, like you can experience certain things that's within the outer body. So I like it. It's so, I say limitless, because the more you do it, the more you'll be like, what? How did I experience this? And a lot of people will like say, oh, that's just something that you created. Your thought creation created this certain realms, but it's not like that all the time. You didn't create certain things. Certain places you are just at. These are just dimensional spaces. It's just so outside of the norm that you just don't. You try to logically have an explanation for what you experienced, that you just like, this has to be a construct that I created. So you basically like, how can I say this? You just thinking logically. Like when you in the out of body state, that logic is gonna come out the door. Like it's you gotta throw that out the window, because you're gonna see some stuff that you just don't understand. Like you'll be at a place, like it's this realm that I'll go to every once in a while. And I think I talked about this realm once briefly, but I always go back to this realm, and the people there, I know them, and it rains, and the rain is like acidic. It's like a regular city. The houses are just built different. The it's like a regular world. But every time it rains, it's not like it's melting your skin, but it's like a like a it's like a, I don't know how to explain it. There's even places that I've been where it was raining rocks. And the houses were made underground. Like it looked like Mars type, like how we would think Mars would look like, how they try to depict it. All this red dirt, it was like red dirt, and the houses went over the ground just like a little bit, and then you went downstairs to get into the house. It was like a underground house, like underground civilization or something. I don't know how you would call that, but it rained like rocks, like little rocks. I don't know how, but that's what it did. It rained rocks. And you never know what you might experience. It was a time where I had an out of body experience where I was looking, first I was looking at a video game. Well, it looked like I was looking at a video game because I was seeing like these octagon shapes all like stacked like a force field, but they look like octagons. Am I saying that shit right? I think I'm saying it right. Octagons. And but it was see through, but I can only see the outline of the octagon. And I'm looking at it, and next you know I see something go 1, 2, 3, and I'm like, what the hell? Like, I know I just came out my body, because you ain't gonna mistake the fact that you came out your body. Like, it's just not, like, you're not gonna mistake that. So I'm like, what the hell is this? And next you know, I'm seeing somebody going, they like running and chasing something. So I end up jumping down through this place, and I'm running, and it was like a test. I don't know what kind of test it was, but I'm running through this deal. We jumping over this thing, and I'm going, and it's like something happened to where I was almost about to fear. No, I was about to try to like run past this person, and I'm about to run past when I seen him fall, and I look back, and I'm like, should I keep going? Then I was like, okay, I help him. I helped him up. And when I helped him up, they like smiled at me, and I woke up. It was almost like I was being tested or something. But you will see wild things. Like, it was a place that I went to. Now, I was kind of confused about this place because it was horses with wings. And it was like how we got our farmland out, like in Texas, in the country. You got farmland, you got horses in there. There was like horses in there, but they had wings. And when I went to the city, it was like very modern. I walked into this building, and there was a lady. The ground was white marble with green marble. It looked like that's what it looked like. And it was a big glass door. And when the lady told me to come in the office, I went in the office, and she started talking to me, and we sitting down chilling. And as we sitting down chilling, I'm looking at the walls, and it's like stuff that says top tiger of the month of this. Like, it's like some type of deal. Like, but I'm like, what is that? And she like, that's the top tiger. That's the one that did the best, and this and that. Like, then these kids, like teenager type looking kids, start coming in, and they dressed up modernly but different. Like, it's like they was real cool looking kids. Like, they was having like goggles on their heads and stuff. Some of them had locks. Some of them just had like regular, like, it was different types of hairstyles and stuff, but they looked cool. Like, I'm like, these look like some cool little kids, but they was like warriors. And they was being put like, almost like you would put somebody in the military, you separate the men and the women, all this stuff. And they was going on missions. And a television, like a hologram of a TV popped up, and it started showing them. They had like a form of social media that they had, and they would be sitting there making videos. This was crazy to me because it looked better than what we have. Like, even our social media, like, it looked way better. It was like, just, I don't even know how to explain it. Like, it was very technical, and they knew who I was, and they knew where I came from and how I got there. And that was the crazy part. And they were saying how they watch us. Like, it's like, it was weird. And I go out there, we outside, and we having a conversation, and like the girls, you could see them, like, they would have like marks on them and stuff. Like, they was having like these marks on them. And I'm looking at them in their face, like, what, like, why they got these marks? They was like, well, when we train hard. Like, we train hard, but those marks are just, it's nothing. It's like, it was strange, because then you thinking to yourself like, how they got these marks, like they supposed to be, because when you having out of bodies, you thinking like, oh, these are like spirits or energy forms that's not, they shouldn't be dealing with the same things that we deal with, like having a black eye or like getting a scar on us and this and that. But these are different dimensional spaces. Like you never know what you might experience on these realms. Like, so it's like a lot of things that we would talk about and say like, well, you can't get this and this and that, can't happen, this and that. We only speak from experience. And I'm saying that really just off of me. Like I only speak from my experience. I can't really speak on what somebody else might say they experienced, because if that's what their system of knowledge is, or their perspective of the knowledge that they've gained so far, that's what they've gained, and that's the truth. But yeah, you will experience so much that it will blow your mind. You will be like, this can't be real. Like, but you experiencing it, and it feels real. It feels physical. It feels like everything you would think is like, you know what I'm saying? So I just want people to understand, like, I really want to get people to understand that the terminologies that we use, this is that, you will lose a lot of the, like, when you'll get to a point where you'll be like, that's the terms and I'm not saying this to discredit anybody, but you'll be like, these terms really mean nothing, because you think, well, we created these terms. We use the name astral projection to describe what we experience. We use out of bodies to describe what we experience. So once you leave your body, you go to other places, you'll start to realize these terms are just, it's just to help people understand what you're saying. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, I'm gonna be done with this ramble. Uh, y'all be blessed. And you know I gotta post every day. You know what I'm talking about?